Hi everyone, welcome back to 4-Wheel Builds. Today we're back working on the C450 AMG. I've got the V12 garage boys coming down. They've actually got a smoke machine, so we'll be able to hopefully get these radiators tested and find out what the hell's going on, why it's actually not holding pressure. And at the same time we're going to be filling up the actual automatic transmission with some fluid, because after that, well, we should be able to get this car started and let it idle for quite some time and, well, see how this engine actually runs.
Wants the comedic.
Zapraszam, Andrew! Powiedz hello, hello, hello!
Nie było widać.
Ale Andro cię widać.
Możesz po...
Well, and the smoke machine of the V12 garage did a really good job, and I found I'm missing the plug here for the radiators. So very silly of me. I did not notice that. So I need to get one of those plugs, plug that up, and then the cooling system can be filled and we should be good to go. I just really shows having the right tools makes all the difference. Seems I need to invest into a smoke machine in that case. At the same time, we've put 5 liters of this automatic transmission fluid. 5 liters for now, because the car actually needs to be run up to temperature in order to top it up. And we can't run, obviously, the car up to temperature because, well, there's no plug in the radiator system. So, yeah, it's just a sequence of events that prevents us from, I guess, finalizing that job today, which is a bit of a bummer. I was really looking forward to having the transmission fluid topped up and the car running. One thing that the cooling system did have is this plug. So the radiator had this plug in it, and lo and behold, our plug is broken here. So I'm trying to figure out how I can pull this apart. Yeah, get this cover changed over onto this one. Well, I guess we've got the easier of the two plugs undone. Matter of using one of these sets to push these tabs that you see on these pins. See these tabs right there. So just need to push them in and then grab one of these tools. Is quite handy to grab it from the top and pull it out. Let's go and see if we can get this same thing done on the car. And here's the plug on the actual car. The tab that actually holds the plug in place is broken. And just need to note where the cables are going, and then we can start unpinning this one and hopefully get that installed onto a new one. A few minutes later and we've got a plug changed over. There's the old one, broken, and there's the new one, which is a good one. Let's get this front section installed. And that's where that is. It's just lying down here. So let's grab it and put it on. Plug in some of these plugs that are here. Horn plug to be plugged in, and then there's these temperature sensor goes right there. Okay, so the only thing we've got missing is this thing. I have no bloody idea what it is. Don't seem to have any connections left. And the smash sensor is plugged in. The horn is plugged in. There's the lamp. Not quite sure as to what this is. Now, well, we've got to figure that out. Yeah, for the moment, I have no idea what this is. If anyone does, please let me know. It's one of these green and white cable. Okay, so let's heat up the other side and let's do the same over there. Okay, the situation is the same on this side. So we've got this plug here, that in there. I think we can pull this plug out. Now can be two. Okay, now this goes to the actual smash sensor. This plug goes to, I believe, this pump here. Okay, so I think what I need to do is actually get this pump mounted up, and this pump mounts like so. Okay, so that's bolted on properly now. I'll go and do the other side now. Okay, one of the cables, I wasn't quite sure as to what it is. Is that sort of a cable? Every cable tells a story. If you have a look, that goes there. That fits up there, that fits up there, and then this has got a piece of plastic actually attached to it, which is, funny enough, the exact same shape as that piece there. I can already see this plug is most likely for some sort of radar or something that goes in here. Need to look that up and see if I need to, well, obviously I need to buy something like this.
The next day.
So this is the actual radar that goes behind the logo. Now I didn't actually know I needed one of these because, well, I didn't see the why. I thought that I actually had the two distance sensors in the bumper. Well, but seems I needed one of these as well. And I got 3 plugs which I need to repin because the ones on the car are either cracked or missing or cracked once again. Okay guys, and this is actually quite an easy one to unpin, this plug. There's, right where the wires are, there's this little tab up the top there. Just got to lift that up, push the cables out, make sure it unlocks. There you go. Now to pull the wires out of this, once you taken the connector out, there's this, I guess, protection that goes on the front here, like so. You've got to take that off, just pops out. And then you've got the actual pins, and the pins themselves have these, I guess, tabs on them. So now all you've got to do is just push those tabs in and pull the cable out. And obviously to put it back in, well, just push it back into whichever slot you need them in. Okay, so now let's go and plonk this one onto the car. There's this one right here. So now you just quickly take that off. Okay, plus obviously I will not be able to get this new case on there without actually unpinning all these plugs. So that's the first of our plugs done. That's now sitting nice and secure. This is the AC plug. So very, very important, especially in summer. Okay, so we've got the second plug repinned. And now the third plug is, it's, well, a bit of an issue because, well, all I've got is just wires. A green and a green and white, but this is for some acceleration sensor, and apparently this is the same thing on this side. So what I'm going to do is basically just, I guess, mimic what I've got on this side. So I've got the black on the right and the black and white on the left. So I can have the green on the right and the green and white on the left. And hopefully that'll be good. I still haven't got these acceleration sensors. I've just actually found out what these are. So I've got these ordered. Hopefully they'll be here in the next couple of days. Okay, we've got the last connector soldered on and the job came out beautifully. So that takes care of, I guess, all the wiring for now at least. We've still got the one plug on the other side which is for the headlights. It's a few days later guys, and we've had this little package arrive, and look what's inside. Inside is the key to finally getting this car started. Well, it's not a key, it's a plug for the radiator. We've been waiting for this. Now I've got to get this installed. Let's see if we can get this plug in there. Okay, that's it. It should be plugged up. And just give you a look. There's that plug for the radiators. So make sure you've got that. All your radiators will be leaking. And there's the part number of this plug if you ever need it. Let's get these radiators filled up with coolant and let's get this car started. Call me chicken, but I decided against, I guess, just sending it. Let's just do a bit of a pressure test. See if we can get this thing pumped up and just make sure it doesn't leak. So we'll take it up to 10 psi. We're up to about 7 at the moment. Okay, and we're up to 10 psi. Okay, and we're up to 10 psi. Let's just leave that for a couple of minutes and just make sure that it's not going down. So I think maybe whilst we're waiting for this test to finish, let's get this thing filled up. I must admit, I'm not quite sure as to how much of this stuff actually goes in there. So let me stop right there. Let's see if that's going to go down a little bit. Then we can top it up. Lucky for me, I did do that test, pressure test, because I found it is actually leaking. It's a slow leak. And I've pinpointed to this connector right here. When I put my finger on it, you can hear it change tune. I've got another one of these lines. So let me get this changed over and let's see if this one fixes that problem. Okay, a quick change of the actual hose. Reconnected all the lines and let's pump this thing up once again and see if the leak is still there. 10 psi. Let's leave it, give it a few minutes and let's see how it goes now. Alright guys, so it's been about 15-20 minutes. The gauge has gone down about 2 psi. Let's just get this car filled up with the coolant. Let's get it started and then we'll see if there is any actual leaks coming out. And let's get this car started for the not the very first time. It's actually going to be started for about the 4th time now, but this time we'll actually let it run. In pouring this liquid in here, it's just like pouring blood into it. There's such a satisfying sound of it flowing through all its nooks and crannies around the engine. Not quite sure if you guys can pick it up on camera, but you can hear it all. And I'm sure once we start the car up, and there's going to be a lot more of this coolant flowing around. Well, we've put about 6 liters into it now, so I think it's time to go ahead and get the car started. Well, obviously might have to monitor this as we go along and just stop it up as needed. Well, it would help if I actually hooked up the battery. Try to. There it is guys, running for the first time. So far so good. We had some smoke pop up, but that's potentially because there was some oil somewhere. Other than that, it's all looking good. I've filled up the heating system. I've filled up the cooling system. The engine is running quite smooth. The fans kicked on. Let's go on inside now. Alright, so now inside the car. I can see the coolant temperature is going up, which is good. Something I want to say. Let's give it a rev. Wow, that is sounding awesome, guys. So guys, so far so good. I think the car's running great. The M276 is sounding great at the rear. We've got the car up to temperature. As you can see, there's the temperature gauge right there. All seems to be good. Wow, did you hear that M276 engine roar? It runs fantastic. It's got a nice gurgle to the exhaust. It's got a little bit of pop in the backfire, which is fantastic.
Doesn't seem to have any leaks. Well, there is a couple of drops, but I think that's because I actually spilled some coolant as I was filling it up. So we'll come back next time. We should be able to see properly once everything dries up.
But man, I am so happy with this car. It's been such a long time, guys. Since I bought this car, I've been waiting for this moment to hear this engine fire up, give it a bit of gas, and see, hear that exhaust pop. It's just such a great feeling. It just gives me that motivation. Just get this project finished as soon as I can.
So now let's go grab that radar and get that installed. Slot in like so. There's 4 nuts that go at the back. It's a bit of a pain to get to. So get this tightened up now. Plug right in here.
Okay, and that's our radar done. Well, now that we've got the radar back on, we can get this car started and see if that changes the situation in terms of the errors that pop up on the instrument cluster. But before we do that, let's just maybe put the filters back on just to make sure that the engine is getting all the proper reading from the airflow sensors, so we don't have anything weird going on there. So now we've got the filters on, so let's go and start the car. How nice does that run now? The mesh airflow sensors make a difference. It sounds a whole lot better now. Okay, so it's been a couple of days for the connectors that we replaced earlier. I've got 2 of these acceleration sensors, one for the right and one for the left hand side. Now, quite frankly, I don't know what they do, but they need it, and they go somewhere here. So let me get that secured in place. Okay, let's go get the other side acceleration sensor put on, and then we can get on to this headlight wiring loom, which needs to be, well, needs to have a plug put on it. Acceleration sensor installed. Okay, so next thing is, let's see if we can get this lamp connector connected up to finish off our wiring loom work. I got this plug connection diagram from MB World Forum. I can't remember the member's name, but thank you for providing the photos that will allow me to reconnect this ILS connector to my wiring loom. I've verified all this wiring and the actual colors all match up between what was given to me and what I've got. Just need to get this prepared, and let's start soldering on. Okay, so I've got the lamp connector for the right hand side all soldered up, so it's all fixed. I've plugged both lights up, so now it's just time to start the car and see what happens. But first I've got to hook up the battery. Both our headlights are working. Nothing else to be done. I'm so ecstatic. As you can see, I've got a big smile on my face. I'm just going to take the lamps off, make sure they don't get damaged. I'm going to clean that, I guess, wiring up, just get it wrapped up in tape, make it look OEM, and then we can move on to other things. And now with all the wiring being in place, let's get on to the suspension. And with the suspension, what remains to be fixed is this left hand side front half axle. As you can hear,
the front doesn't sound too good, plus both of the boots are actually cracked and they need to be replaced. This side actually seems to be good, so I think the only thing we need to do is actually replace the boot. But this side, well, that's a different metal altogether. Let's crack it open and see what's going on in there. This work does get kind of messy, so I actually got some gloves. See, this is what's happened, and it seems that one of the bearings is just fallen off, so hopefully this may be a very easy fix. It's just there we go. See if we can get that out. It should just slide right out, and there it is. And I do have some spares of these, well, a couple of spares of these bearings, so if need be I can replace it. Well, I need to take the other two off anyway in order to be able to get this boot off. That's the second one. Wood. And that's it. We should be able now to take this whole, I guess, triangular piece out and then remove the boot. Right, I'm just going to take off this second ring. Just use a screwdriver to pry this open a little bit. These have to be replaced anyway. Okay, now we'll have to remove these O-ring here. And using these pliers I've been able to successfully take off the O-ring. Now I've done I guess a rebuild of the right hand side half axle. You can see that video right there, so you can actually watch it and follow it. I did it as a DIY. I'll get this one done off camera, it will be done quicker, and I'll show you once we're done. And about half an hour later, we've got ourselves pretty much a brand new looking half axle to go back onto the car. So just like that, guys, we've got ourselves two front half axles. Now all that's left to do is get it put onto the car. And on that note, we're going to end today's episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. Drop a like to show the YouTube algorithm some love. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay connected. And while you're here, why not check out one of my other videos? It really helps a ton. And I'll see you guys in next episode. Peace.